What's up guys, welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. We have the final reset of Tower of Adversity before the 2.1 update comes out, so if you're looking to get some extra astrite before we get access to Phoebe and Brant, you definitely want to play this activity. I'm going to be covering the area of effects, give you some character recommendations, and show off the builds that I used for the towers. Let's not waste any time and dive right into it. As you can see, we got the max 30 for 30 this time around. So let's start with the left tower, the Resonant Tower. For the area effect, the enemy spectral res decreases by 10%, and when resonators cast their resonance skill, their attack is increased by 20% for 7 seconds, stacking up to 2 times. The effect's duration resets with each new stack. So this one's pretty straightforward. As long as you use a resonance skill and use it twice within 7 seconds, that's a 40% attack bump. With the reduced spectral res, they recommend spectral characters, and none of them have any type of like spectral resist or anything like that. Most of the enemies are pretty straightforward here, nothing crazy. And then for the final boss, you do have the Vitrium Dancers. There are 2 of them, and then the Mech Abomination. So I wouldn't recommend electro characters here. So obviously characters like Jinshi are going to be very good here just in general, because you pretty much just spam the resonance skill, so you're automatically going to be getting that attack increase pretty consistently. So if you do have Jinshi, use a hero pair with Yuan Wu or a different coordinated attack character. I wouldn't recommend Yinlin, maybe, you know, in particular. If you do have Zezha, she's going to be good here as well. But as you can tell, I just went with Carlotta and Zezha, since none of these enemies are Glacio except for this one enemy here on the 3rd floor, which was still easy to deal with anyway. This side is pretty simple. Honestly, any character that has a higher resonance skill damage, like even Changli, would work on this side as well. And just quickly going over my Carlotta setup, I have her at level 90 with her signature. We do have 5-piece Frosty Resolve, so we do have the increased resonance skill damage, which is very nice. Skills, 10s across the board with 9 on the intro skill. Everything else is maxed out. And then we do have her S1. For Zezha, we have her level 90 with her signature, the Rhyme Drape Sprouts. We do have 5-piece Empyrean Anthem, so we have the increased coordinated attack damage. And as long as it hits a crit hit, it's going to increase the damage overall. So Carlotta's going to deal even more damage. We have 9 on normal attack and intro, 10s for resonance skill, Forte Circuit, and Resonance Liberation. All the other skills are maxed, and we also have her S1. Next, let's go over the right tower, the Echoing Tower. For the area effect, the enemy fusion res decreases by 10%, and when the resonator casts an intro skill, their attack is increased by 5% per second, stacking up to 4 times. At max stacks, they gain 40% resonance skill damage bonus. The effect ends when the resonator is switched off the field. So you want to be able to cast your intro skill quite often here to get those stacks to have the resonance skill damage bonus, which is obviously going to be very good. Obviously, they're going to recommend fusion characters, and to be honest, the enemies really aren't that bad. You have 2 spearbacks, you have to deal with the shroom guys. This one can be a little annoying just because the 3 knights all attack like at once, so this one was definitely an entertaining fight to have to, you know, restart to try to do a quote-unquote no-hit. And then for the final boss, you have Scar. Obviously, this side of the tower is made for characters like Changli, characters like Chixia. That's why I went with this combo, because not only is Changli a good DPS, she also subs in as a decent sub-DPS, buffing Chixia's fusion and resonance liberation damage. So that ended up working out pretty well for me. But this is kind of also a hint at Brant, since we know he is a fusion sword character and he's going to focus around energy regen. So proccing an intro skill, you know, quite often is obviously going to help this buff right here. But similar to the left tower, this buff is pretty general. So as long as you have a character that, you know, is decently leveled up, has decent resonance skill damage, you can definitely use him here. I would stay away from Spectro and Havoc characters, obviously, for Scar, but even like Electro characters, even the Carlotta Zezha team would work on this side as well. For my Changli, we do have her level 90 with her signature sword, the Blazing Brilliance. We're rocking 5-piece Moonlit Clouds as the sub DPS option for Chixia, so we can use the Heron to give the ultra skill damage bump increase. 10s across the board. All the skills are maxed out here, and we do have her S2. For my Chixia, we have her at level 90, and I was using Carlotta's pistols for her, so do keep that in mind. It does help with the resonance skill damage, which is pretty nice. 5-piece Molten Rift for the fusion damage bonuses. 7s and 8s across the board for the skills. Everything else is maxed out, and we do have her S6. Now, before hopping to the Hazard Tower, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you suggest using Spectro Rover on this side? Well, the middle tower is perfect for you Spectro Rover mains. So not only is the enemy Electro and Spectro res decreased by 10%, granted their Glacio and Havoc res are increased by 10%, so I'd stay away from those characters. The second part is really cool. Hitting a target with your Resonance Liberation applies 1 stack of Spectral Frazzle. That's any character. This effect can be triggered once per second. For every stack of Spectral Frazzle inflicted, the target takes 5% extra damage. So at 10 stacks of Spectral Frazzle, that's 50%. With Spectral Rover's enhanced resonance skill applying 2 stacks of Spectral Frazzle and the Resonance Liberation applying 6 and any alt applying 1 stack, you can reach the max stacks of Spectral Frazzle pretty easily. And just as a speculation point, just like with the right tower, I'm speculating for Brant. I'm speculating that Phoebe, you know, when she comes out, this type of buff is going to be pretty good for her and obviously good for Spectral Rover. Obviously, they recommend Electro and Spectral characters. The first boss you have is the Barangle. He's pretty easy. The second floor is definitely a little more difficult. You have to deal with the Lumi Scale Construct first and then both of the Abyssal type enemies, and then you have to deal with the Impermanent Terran. And with my team, as you can tell, I'm going with Zhang Liao with Spectral Rover and Shorekeeper. Very unconventional team, but it does allow for a decent hot swap between Zhang Liao and Spectral Rover. Then obviously Shorekeeper being able to provide the healing, the crit rate, and the crit damage bumps as well. Technically speaking, there's a lot of characters that can work here. Obviously, Zhang Liao as your main DPS for Electro, but even using Kulchara here isn't a bad option either. Even pairing him up with Yinlin for the coordinated attacks, use the Resonance Liberation, apply the Spectral Frazzle, that would be good here as well. You could even use fusion characters for this one. Obviously, I'd recommend it for the right tower, but they don't have a decrease or an increase in resistance, and none of the enemies are fusions, so you could be fine here as well. Even technically speaking, the Jinshi Yuan Wu or Jinshi Yinlin team would work here too. Going over the character builds, first up, Zhang Liao. We have him at level 90. The stats are cooked. Don't you worry about that. We're using the Battle Pass Gauntlet, the Stoneyard at rank 4. I could use Abyss Surges here since I don't have a signature, but to be honest, this is just a stat stick, and the difference between these two is so minuscule that I just went with this one. 5-piece Void Thunder with the Electro damage bumps. Obviously, skills, we have 8s across the board, 7 on the intro skill. All the other skills are upgraded, and we do have him S1. Spectral Rover, my absolute GOAT. You're like, David, the crit rate is pretty low. Don't worry, we can fix that. For weapon-wise, we are using the Emerald of Genesis standard 5-star sword, 5-piece Eternal Radiance, so we get the 20% crit rate bump just by applying Spectral Frazzle, so that is very nice. Almost maxed across the board. All these skills up here, 7, 9, 9, 9, 7, so not too shabby. And we have him S6. Remember, S1 gives a 15% crit rate bump after you use the Resonance skill, so keep that in mind. For our GOAT Shorekeeper, we have her at level 90 with her signature Stellar Symphony at level 90 as well. We have 5-piece Rejuvenating Glow with Fallacy and Return as the main. Healing bonuses, obviously. For the skills, we have 8s across the board with all the skills maxed out, and we do have her S2 for the attack percentage bump. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'll quit yapping. If there's characters that you used in the tower that I didn't mention that you like using, definitely let me know in the comments. Obviously, there's such a variety of characters you can use here. There's some people who are going to be crazy enough to do solo Donjin, solo Tishia on some of these towers to get max stars, and that is totally fine. In any event, let's dive into the gameplay. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell next to notifications so you don't miss out on any other Wuthering Waves videos we have dropping here on the channel. A little bit of overkill, but it is what it is.
Art unveiled. Here comes a helper. Improvise. Still recognize me. The stage is set. Glory demands more.
I feel like my one shot just hit the ground and just didn't hit him.
Can you keep up? Capture the spark!
So I should only have one, like, ice character to deal with here, which is kind of nice.
Still recognize me. You will yield.
I don't want to have, well, I guess it's not going to matter. I'm going to smoke all these guys anyway.
Masterpiece complete. It's the painting. Huh? Still recognize me. Huh? Witness the art's true form. Here comes a helper. My compliments. Found your weak spot.
All right, you've been in the midair a little too long, okay?
Glory demands
He was just up in the air like that whole time. Doing like no damage to the Glacio enemy. And that's okay.
Art Take this. The stage is set.
I just need to take these guys out quick.
Is mine.
That's pretty much all I have to do.
A new era awaits. Still recognize me? Instantly.
I really don't know how that guy's attack just missed me. It's kind of crazy.
Witness the art's true form. Here comes my compliments. Surrender. You will yield. Victory favors me.
I keep forgetting I have a lower crit rate on my characters because I normally use Shorekeeper, so like some of these attacks are just not hitting at all, but that's okay.
Still recognize me. Brings it to life. Capture the spark. Here comes the helper. My compliments.
I can't even see.
The world is mine. Quickly and swiftly.
Yeah.
Crosscut. Sever. Watch and learn.
Who's the caged bird now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna use the fusion combo throughout this.
Be reduced to sin.
Immediately slam.
Sever. Crosscut. Sever.
Mind's eye.
Oh, bring it on. All fired up.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought there was gonna be round 2, so I was saving my ult, but I guess not.
Be reduced to cinders.
Crosscut. Sever. Oh, bring it on. Time for some hot action. Close one. All fired up.
Where are you going, pal?
Together we vanquish. Mind's eye. Beckon the divine.
I don't even care that I got hit there at the end.
Beckon the divine flame. Sever. Ha. Make it fast. Ha. Clear as the blaze. Take form.
Oh, bring it on. Watch and learn. Yeah. Yeah.
Together we vanquish. My blade yearns. Be reduced.
Like these aren't even like crazy rotations either, which is what just makes it more hilarious.
Take form.
Oh, bring it on. Close one.
Together we vanquish.
See, look, I got hit there just because I was in midair too long.
My blade yearns. Who's the caged bird now?
Oh, bring it on. Time for some hot action.
The one thing with like Chishia's kit that just feels like really weird is having to do like this resin skill like this.
Gather revenge.
Sucks to be you.
My blade yearns.
Oh, bring it on! One shot, one kill. Let's give him
I'm about to say, I'm gonna clear that. And the crazy thing is, my Chishia is not even upgraded like all the way. She has like 7s across the board for her skills.
Iron graft you knew.
No hesitation. The end has come. Hopefully this helps.
Very confined within limits.
Probably should have used this first.
Complete overhaul. Yep. Reconfiguration. Hey. Ha.
Swift and resolute.
Strike from the shadows.
Leave it to me. Loading.
Variable elimination. Reconfiguration.
Break.
Disruption.
Moment of resonance.
Conditions optimal.
Loading. In war with time.
I basically just need like Shorekeeper's like extra buffs.
Variable elimination.
All shall reveal itself. Swift and
Reconfiguration.
resolute. No hesitation. Hopefully the hour is upon us.
Reconfiguration.
It's actually working out a lot better than I thought, but
Variable elimination.
Ordained. Loading.
Variable elimination.
Strike from the shadows. The end has come.
I was gonna say, imagine.
Astral modulation.
I sense your weakness.
Okay, I want to know how I didn't get grabbed there, but it's still.
Confined within limits.
But I didn't take any damage.
Loading.
Strike from the shadows. Hopefully the end has come. All shall reveal itself.
Complete overhaul. Exploit. Prime. Variable elimination. Reconfiguration.
No hesitation. Swift and resolute.
Loading. Iron graft
Oh, yeah, let's do
you
this.
knew.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness. Moment of resonance.
Variable elimination.
No hesitation.
Conditions up.
I was gonna say, will you go away?
I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps.
Complete overhaul. Very.
I don't know why I like mid-air jump there. That was weird.
Prime. Reconfiguration.
Swift and resolute. The hour is upon us.
Variable elimination. Reconfiguration.
Loading.
Faster. Exploit. Prime. Reconfiguration.
Astral modulation.
Swift and resolute. Strike from the shadow. Hopefully this
He's gonna
helps.
jump back now. Yep.
No hesitation.
Disruption.
Swift and resolute. Moment of
Thank
resonance.
you.
Variable elimination.
Thank you, Nightmare Thundering Memphis, for the freaking spear slam, bro.
Profit.
I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps.
That was a little scuffed, but it worked. Oh, that's kind of ridiculous. In any event, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell next to notifications so you don't miss out on any other Wuthering Waves content we're dropping here on the channel. We also live stream here on the channel and then also over on Twitch. That link will be in the description. I know right now we have Twitch drops available for the game, so if you want some extra materials and some astrite, be sure to stop on by. Also, if you want to join my community, hop in the Discord. We have an entire channel dedicated to Wuthering Waves, so if you want to post anything from images to build guides to anything like that, come on over. We're also talking about other games, including other gacha games, PC tech, anime, and more. Lastly, if you want to help the channel even more, you can look into becoming a member. If you don't know what a membership is, it's essentially like a Twitch subscription. Again, you're going to gain access to the exclusive emotes, the monthly badges, and the big thing on the channel, which is getting access to all my long-form videos early. So if you'd like more information, all you have to do is press the join button next subscribe, and that'll give you a rundown with all the details you need. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been your boy. We'll catch you in the next one.
It's the painting. Art unveiled. Here comes my compliment.